So, good morning, everyone. My name is Joseph. This is Thelma. We have Deja over there on the left, and we also have Corbin and Hunter. Today, we'll be presenting on the importance of higher education in regards to networking, individual freedom, athletic development, and we will also discuss options if college isn't your first choice. So generally at the end of our presentation, we'll open up discussion for any questions that you may have. So going into this, one thing that you must know, it is a known fact that a college degree is a major factor in creating a successful career. According to averages calculated by the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, which is BLS, people with a bachelor's degree earn around 64% more per week than individuals with a high school diploma. In addition to financial stability, a college education can also offer long-term job stability and career satisfaction. So with that being said, without further ado, I'm going to pass it over to Thelma, who will also be able to expound on the different degrees and the pay differences that higher education can provide, going over these points.
Thank you, Joseph. There are different attitudes in regards to the value of higher education. Some say that the education system is broken, leaving those who sought higher education in more debt with a job that doesn't pay nearly enough to cover rent, loans, and food. Then there are others who are in the opinion that without higher education, doors leading to greater opportunities would remain closed. The gap in attitude should come as little surprise given the difference in generation, millennials, and the generation their parents and grandparents experienced when they went to college and the economy they had when they graduated. However, despite how one may feel about the value of higher education, the following statistics paint a vastly different picture. So as you can see up in the chart, Americans with a bachelor's degree earn a weekly average of about $1,137. That's higher than the median weekly earnings for workers at all education levels, which is about $860. Workers with less than a high school diploma are the lowest earners on average when you examine the average salary by education level. Median weekly earnings for workers with a high school diploma equals about $678, working out to about $35,256 annually. Having an associate's degree gives you an edge over someone with no degree, but a lower average earning than someone with a bachelor's degree. A median weekly earning for workers with an associate's degree is about $798, for an annualized salary of about $41,496. The median earnings for holders of a master's degree is roughly $1,341 per week, roughly being $69,732 annually. Workers with a professional degree, such as lawyers, doctors, and pharmacists, earn a median weekly salary of about $1,730. They are the highest weekly earnings of any of the educational categories, only because it is a more advanced degree, they're in their own category. They roughly make $89,960 per year. Lastly, the median weekly earnings for workers with doctorate's degree is roughly $1,623. Annually, that's about $84,396. So as you can tell, different degrees give you different pay opportunities, but that is not the only advantage higher education that's not the only advantage higher education has. Getting a higher education opens up many doors when it comes to networking, relationships, and also getting a great internship opportunity. I will now hand it over to Deja, who will go more into detail with that for you guys.
So networking is popular when it comes to career advancement because it allows you to become connected with a professional in your field or with students who are going into similar fields. It also gives way for you to become knowledgeable about your field. About 85% of positions are filed through networking. When you network in college, you are most likely to have a job opportunity. because of the connections you made through networking. It is important because it allows you to, the job opportunity because of connections you made through someone that you may have met in a career fair. Another reason why networking is important is because it allows you to receive advice from networking connections for whatever potential career you want to go in. They will let you know about what to do and what not to do in college. In college, we can get advice.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
In college, we can get advice from the people around us because we are learning. Networking is all about connection. You can connect with people in college, which allows your circle to increase, which lead to getting more knowledge about the career. Networking allows you to connect with people that have knowledge about the career, and getting that extra help will give you the advantage of your potential career. Internship. So how many of you had an internship before? So internships are great for career advancement because it gives you an experience in the career field. In case you don't know what an internship is, it is an opportunity offered by the employer to interns that work at a firm for a fixed period of time. As you can see on the chart, according to the National Association of Colleges and Employees survey of 20,000 graduating seniors in the class of 2011, 52% reported working internships during college, and of that 52%, they were paid. So working internships, if looking for an internship, I would recommend paid internships because it's likely of you getting a career job. The likelihood of you getting a career job is higher. The National Association of Colleges and Employees shows that recent years, about 1.5 million internships are filed in United States annually. 10% of college grads get to do an internship, and among internships, it's paid internships that matter. Internships are useful when it comes to applying knowledge that have been gained in the classroom into the workplace. Internships are like samples. They are a piece of the real thing you want. Most students will complete an internship during their junior or senior year to increase the chances of the internship leading to a job offer. But it becomes more and more common for students to hold internships through the entire duration of their college in order to gain experience. So relationships, at least 70%, if not 80%, of jobs are not published. When looking for a career, many people spend most of their time surfacing the web. That is why it is important to build relationships, because it is likely for someone who likes you to get you a job in your career field. When building relationships, where in college you meet different people. You should take that opportunity to build relationships with the people with the same interests, career field, and hobbies, etc. Unlike networking, which is a professional standard, relationships are like friendships that you build that you can have forever. When building relationships, it will build character, show diversity, accountability, which will help you advance in your career. And next.
So, coming into this, we have to understand that there's a lot of individual freedom when you are considering higher education for going into a higher career. You have a lot of individual freedom. The main thing with that you always have to understand is that employers spend $22 billion each year on tuition assistance alone. As a culmination of all businesses, there are many things that they do. It's not just like going to school or anything, but they do a lot of training classes and everything. I have a friend that's in Texas that was actually able to go and do a train conductor he was paid to go be a train conductor for a rail yard. Basically, he just showed the interest. He went out there, he asked a question, and exactly that. They gave him the money for him to go out and get the training that he needed. Because you ask is also why it really does pay for you to use your individual freedom to understand exactly what is being offered. They also do give you a lot of leadership courses. So if you are in a company and you're like, hey, I want to move up into something, you don't want to spend that time doing college or something like that, you can always do like a leadership course. My job at Comcast, they have Harvard leadership courses. So if you don't want to have to go into school, you can do it online and they'll make it available for you. But again, as I said, you have those advancement courses and also those other training courses. So understand this, if you get out there, you kind of ask them the question, they'll give you the assistance with $22 billion a year. Now, going forward with this is one of the quotes that I have, right? With experience, the most brutal of teachers, but you can learn, but you learn, by my God, do you learn? C.S. Lewis wrote that, and it's something that I live for, something that I basically understand. If you're in a career, you're doing something, the more experience that you have, you can also be able to go out there and do what you want to do. These points underneath of it kind of help us to understand more. The reason why individual freedom is very important with you selecting what you want to do going forward is, one, you get to finish it at your own pace. A lot of times there's a lot of people that have a lot of different jobs outside of school or outside of work. So in a sense, there's a lot of things that you yourself have to do within yourself. We heard the presentations before about time management. You finish at your own pace if you can manage your time wisely. More time to explore options. Now, when you're in like a program, you're doing something and you're comfortable with it, you may end up wanting to switch it in the middle of it. So in that time when you have, you're finishing at your own pace, you choosing your own destiny, you know that there are many more options. The way that how you can realize that is online classes. A lot of times there's a lot of things that companies are moving towards, doing a whole lot of online courses. Colleges are moving towards doing a whole lot of courses online, just to kind of give you a little bit more freedom to kind of grab your career by the horns, as they would say. Another thing that is very important if you work for a company, look into the tuition reimbursement. That is something that I go out and I tell people about, even at my job. I'm like, listen, take tuition reimbursement. It's money back into your pocket, whether you take out loans, whether you do, financial aid, do tuition reimbursement. But again, as I said before, it's with experience. With the experience, you will be able to get a promotion, get more money. As we did hear from Thelma earlier, the more that your degree levels go up, the more experience that you have, the more money that you can have, you'll be able to have a whole lot more in store for you. This is something that I actually did implement at my job, and it was just something very simple. And when I was asked about it, I was like, why would you use these three terms? There's a preach, teach, and reach. One reason is because each one of them, it does require you to actually have someone else with you. So one thing that you do when you preach to somebody, you tell them the goodness. That's why I tell people about tuition reimbursement. I preach it because it's important, it's the truth. I'm gonna tell you the truth about it, and then one, everybody can relate to it. I can also teach it to you so that then if you don't know how to go about doing it, I can walk you through all of the steps. And then also reaching out to them, as basic as it is, you reach out to somebody, you see them struggling in a situation, you say, hey, what's going on? You know what I mean? How can I help you reach your next goal? That's how you reach out to it. As minor as it is very broad if you just open up your understanding a little bit more to it. But the reason for me also putting that is because, one, you have to consider unemployment. The unemployment rates are going lower, but as you understand now, unemployment is not something that this country is shy from. The changing economy, anything could happen. You buy a gallon of milk today, $3. Next week, it could be $5. So how else are you gonna manage to do that with the same salary? Go out there, do something, get a little bit more money. So choose your individual freedom. And complete some type of training. It doesn't matter what you're doing, whether you're in school, you're at work, do something else that's gonna help you get to the next level. I put these three jobs or these three companies up here because a lot of us, for one, many of us in here, if you don't know Chick-fil-A, Chick-fil-A actually has the program that I'm speaking about, giving away $60 million, and that's just $60 million alone. Aside from all of that, 45 million of that was given in 2018 to team members to go to school, to do something, higher learning, so that then they can progress themselves, progress the company. That's usually why, companies want to give out that money. They give scholarships for $25,000. So if you can consider that $25,000 in college right now, I mean, that'll pay for a lot of itself. But that's just Chick-fil-A. Mind you, you have McDonald's. And a lot of us who know McDonald's, you don't understand it, but McDonald's has these programs giving away $150 million. There's opportunities. The reason why I put Discover Card here is because, for one, I keep getting job notifications from Discover. And the one thing that Discover also does with preaching to us is that, one, they have tuition reimbursement. They give you they give you like all the amenities, but that is something that is really important, and they really do want people to progress with what they're doing. So those are just a few tips and tricks as to how we can, utilize our individual freedom to kind of better ourselves. So what I'll do is I'll pass it over to Corbin, who's going to go over with our athletic development.
How's it going? Good morning. Athletic development benefits. I know a lot of you play sports in here.